This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brandon Andrus Green.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Affordable housing sounds simple until you see everything it takes to make one home happen. Today I'm talking with Rob Gardenhire from Green Country Habitat for Humanity about what it actually takes to build affordable housing, how the restorers fit into that mission, and where the community can really help. Rob, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brandon. Appreciate it.
So you worked in education, professional and Olympic sports, and then nonprofit fundraising. How did that road eventually bring you here?
No, for sure. It's been a journey, but was in Dallas teaching and coaching. Loved that. Always wanted to do that, but got to be an athletic director a couple of times, and really saw the business end of sports. So that kind of hooked me. Was fortunate enough to relocate to Tulsa to work for the Drillers for 10 years. And part of that time was with the Tulsa Roughnecks as we relaunched that soccer franchise here in town. And then jumped from there to USA BMX to help them raise money for their national headquarters and national track stadium that they have here in town now. So did that for a few years. And then out of COVID, just flipped over to the nonprofit side and got recruited to come work for Habitat for Humanity in 2023. So been here for almost 3 years and really enjoying it.
But when people hear Habitat for Humanity, what do they usually misunderstand about who you serve and how the housing process actually works?
No, for sure. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is President Carter did not found Habitat for Humanity. He certainly elevated Habitat because of his engagement with our cause and serving our mission. But I think the other big misperception is that we are taking folks from the streets and putting them in housing. This is not a homeless to shelter program. There are many of those in our community that do a great job, but we are not one of them. We are at the top end of the continuum for housing. So this, we're really serving folks that have been priced out of the market for starter homes. So you can really think of us as a nonprofit starter home developer.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. So what part of getting an affordable home built is almost invisible to the public, and what can make or break whether that project actually happens?
No, for sure. COVID has really changed things a lot for us. The price of everything has increased, from the land that the home sits on to the lumber that goes into the house. All the skilled trades that we rely upon to get that done have increased in price. So, we flipped our model coming out of COVID to where we no longer build homes completely with volunteers. We use banking partners now for sub-market rate mortgages or mortgage rates for our customers. So we're not the bank anymore. And then we've also moved to taking the construction piece that used to be fully funded by donors, and we've done that. We are now building on a line of credit for all of our projects, whether it be a single family home or a townhome development. And that's allowed us just to be a little bit more nimble. And we raise money now for the down payment assistance that we provide. The beauty of that part of our program is that, it really right sizes the mortgage for someone. So if you're looking at a $200,000 home with us, which would be one of our townhomes, but you can only afford $150,000, well, our donors, both individuals, private foundations, corporations, we have a pool of money that we're able to come over the top, provide some down payment assistance to right size that mortgage for our customers, and then after 5 years of successful mortgage payments, that's forgiven, and that's the really generational wealth piece of our formula that really works. So that family takes that equity with them. So if they leave the home after 5 years, if they stay in it for forever, they have that equity. It's forgiven, and they're able to realize that. So if after 5 years they're now maybe married and have some kids and they need to move to a bigger home, they're able to do that. So it's creating that pathway for folks for generational wealth.
That's nice. And I know a lot of people know the restores as places to shop or donate. How do these stores actually help put families into homes?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our restores do a couple of things for us. One, it helps us cover our overhead so that when donors in the community are giving to us, 90 cents of every dollar goes into direct mission impact. So our restores help cover our overhead, but we rely on businesses and individuals donating to those restores. So we have 4 in the community, 1 in Claremore, 1 in Tulsa, and then 1 in Broken Arrow, that are all home improvement outlets. So this is where you see larger furniture items. We offer a number of new items like rugs and mattresses and things. We have a whole paint department that's brand new. We have a partner out of Texas that helps us with that. We have a cabinet shop as well, so you can buy cabinets and redo your whole kitchen, or throw them above the washer and dryer. So that's a critical piece to our formula because of what it does for our overhead. But again, we need folks all the time donating. We do have one more restore that we call the Restore Rack, and that's more of a true thrift store. So it's clothing items. So that's at 11th and Memorial, big operation there. So that's critical for us too. So really, we have, the beauty of that restore is we've grown and added more stores. We've also developed a pickup business. So we will come to you, if you have large furniture items, we will come to your home, pick those up. We'll come to your business. We often get called from hotels. They're like, hey, we're remodeling floors 5 through 9. You guys want to come grab all these vanities and couches and other things. So we'll come do that. So that's a big piece of it too. So if you have something you can't move it, call us. We'll come to your house. We'll grab it, and we'll gladly resell it here in one of our restores.
Well, what are people missing if they think the affordable housing problem is simply we just need to build more houses?
Yeah, so supply is certainly a piece to it, but I think what people don't understand is if you look at trends over 10 years, so the price of a home in Tulsa in the last 10 years has grown by 63%. And that outpaces wages, which have only grown 31% during that same time, right? So this is a economics problem as much as it is a supply problem. And a part of that, especially out of COVID, large developers that were in the starter home business have really realized, oh, wait a second, these starter homes are sitting longer. We're having to discount them additionally to get them sold. So why don't we just build these $500,000 houses, realize a higher profit margin? And I'm not knocking their business. I mean, it's certainly there's a market for it, go do it. But that has created a void in the starter home market. So today, even, you're looking at $250,000 to have, to purchase a starter home that you really can't find in Tulsa brand new. You're probably going to have to be out in one of the suburbs, in Owasso, a Jinx, a Union maybe, or maybe even further out like a Claremore. So we're building in Tulsa. We're building starter homes. So these are all 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage homes that we're offering for $180 to about $215 on the high end for some of our townhome developments. So, while supply is certainly a piece of it, I mean, just the perfect storm of economics have really caused the starter home family, who really is doing everything right. They've gone to school, they've got degrees, they're working hard, probably a dual income household, but they still can't afford that $350,000 starter home, quote unquote, that is in the market today. So we step in, and that's really the void that we've filled, especially over the last 5 years, but really in the last 10 years.
And for local businesses that want to help, what can they do that's generally useful beyond just writing a check?
No, for sure. So while we don't use volunteers to build our homes anymore, we work with professional contractors. We do have some opportunities for businesses to get involved. So we have I'm going to point behind here, we have a wall shop in our 200,000 square foot warehouse where a business can come together, 10 volunteers, and in 4 hours, they can build all the walls to a home. And we'll set those aside and ship those to the site when we're ready to go. We also have, we still participate in a couple of events a year, one called our Blitz Build, which is coming up this fall. It's normally in the spring, but we delayed it. And then we have a women build. So that is where home sponsors come together. So, for example, One Gas, One Oak, PSO, some of our larger employers in the area will sponsor a home monetarily, but they also bring out 20 volunteers on the kickoff day. We'll raise the walls to those homes, and then they get built by professional contractors. But the really neat piece is once we have a family in that house, we bring those volunteers and those sponsors back. They get to meet the family, to see what their work and their donation has done. So still plenty of opportunities. You can also volunteer in our restores. Plenty of opportunities to get engaged.
What a blessing. So what's one thing you want people in green country to understand about affordable housing that they probably don't understand today?
I think the biggest piece is if you look at our income ranges where people qualify for our program, it covers more than 65% of all Tulsans. So if you don't think, if you're renting right now and you don't think you can own a home, give us a call. Come to one of our homeowner info sessions. It's free to attend. We host them 5 days a week. They're also online. But give it a shot. If you're tired of not building equity, of throwing money away every month in rent, or you're in maybe a high rent situation, or the your surroundings aren't that great, maybe at your apartment, come check us out, because we can help put you into a home.
And if someone wants to shop, donate, volunteer, or just simply support the work, where should they go?
Absolutely. greencountryhabitat.org is our website. At the top of the page, you can click on restores if you're looking to donate or have something picked up. Certainly, there's a donate button if you'd like to send a check. And I think one of the easiest ways to help us is jump on and become a recurring donor. We have a Foundation Builders Society that are monthly donors. Give $10 a month. I mean, it's $120 a year. It's probably not going to break the bank. Maybe you don't go to Starbucks once a month to help folks into affordable housing. So jump on and become a foundation builder with us. It's a super easy way to contribute, and we'll continue to send you information and updates, newsletters, all of those things as your donation goes on.
Rob, thanks for being here. I wish you and Habitat for Humanity the best going forward.
Thank you so much, Brandon. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptulsa.com. That's gnptulsa.com, or call 918-301-6356.